633%. The burn rate just exploded. 16.2 million SHIB permanently erased, gone forever. What is happening and what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. This content is provided for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Market conditions can change over time. A report published just hours ago has confirmed one of the sharpest single-period deflationary spikes that SHIB has recorded this month, and it arrived alongside a set of on-chain metrics that paint a picture of a network in active growth. The SHIBburn portal recorded a 633.37% surge in the SHIB burn rate, with a confirmed total of 16 million tokens permanently removed from the circulating supply in a single measurement period. That is over 16 million tokens that no longer exist in the market. They cannot be recovered. They cannot be sold. They are in permanently inaccessible, dead wallets from which they will never emerge. And this 633% acceleration arrived while the SHIB price was sitting at 619 units, up 1.31% in the 24-hour window, suggesting that the market responded to the deflationary activity with a positive price movement on the same session. Let me explain why 16.2 million tokens matters beyond the raw number. According to reports published today using SHIBburn portal data, the burn rate surge of 633.37% is a measurement of acceleration relative to the preceding period's burn activity. When the burn rate surges by 633%, it means that the rate of token destruction in the current window is running more than 7 times faster than it was in the immediately prior window. The 16,234,914 tokens destroyed in this period is the concrete output of that 7-fold acceleration applied to the actual burn transactions that occurred during the measurement period. Every one of those 16.2 million tokens was individually routed to a permanently inaccessible dead wallet address through deliberate and verifiable on-chain transactions. The burn is not theoretical or estimated. The SHIBburn tracker has independently confirmed each individual transaction. Here's the thing, the 633% figure is not the only supply-related signal firing today. As per recent analysis, the amount of SHIB currently sitting on all major crypto exchanges has declined to approximately 80.9 trillion tokens, attributed to large holders actively withdrawing significant quantities from trading platforms. When supply moves off exchanges and into private wallets, it signals that those holders do not intend to sell in the near term. The tokens are no longer sitting in the position where they can be liquidated instantly. When the burn rate simultaneously destroys 16.2 million additional tokens with a 633% surge in that exact same period, two entirely separate and independent supply reduction forces are actively operating in parallel at the same time. The burn removes tokens permanently from all supply forever. The exchange withdrawal removes tokens temporarily from the immediately available sell-side supply. Both forces reduce what the market has access to, and both are confirmed active right now. Now here is where it gets interesting. The burn rate surge is arriving within a broader ecosystem context that adds weight to the deflationary signal. According to the official @Shibazen's report referenced in today's analysis, the total number of SHIB holders has now reached 1,558,200, with between 8,500 and 12,000 new wallets being added to the network every single month. The report explicitly describes this as steady growth, noting that the wallets being added are not idle. They are engaging with the token. Analysts note that a burn rate that accelerates by 633% in a network that is simultaneously adding up to 12,000 new wallets per month and seeing long-term holders surge by 78% over the past year is a burn that is occurring against a clearly documented backdrop of real and measurable ecosystem expansion. The deflationary mechanism is accelerating at exactly the moment when the holder base is growing at its fastest sustained pace in months. But here is the kicker. The most extraordinary supply figure in today's report is not the 633% burn surge. It is the burn wallet itself. Sources suggest that the largest single holder of SHIB is the community burn wallet, which contains 410 trillion SHIB, representing 41.04% of the total supply. Every SHIB burn event in history, including today's 16.2 million token removal, has contributed to that 410 trillion cumulative figure. The SHIB community has collectively and permanently removed 41.04% of the entire token supply from circulation since the token launched in 2021. Blockchain analytics show that removal happened one burn session at a time, one transaction at a time, across hundreds of individual community-driven events over multiple years of consistent deflationary commitment. And that effort is not stopping with today's 633% spike. It is accelerating. The 633% spike today is the latest addition to a deflationary campaign that has been running without interruption for years. Today's 16.2 million is the most recent contribution to a total that now exceeds 410 trillion tokens. Permanently gone. The historical parallel that frames the significance of a 633% burn acceleration most accurately is the burn activity pattern that Shib recorded during the period leading into January 2024. During that window, a series of burn rate surges arrived in close succession, each one building on the prior deflationary environment. Market observers note that the cumulative effect of those surges across multiple sessions created a supply environment that was measurably tighter than it had been before the acceleration sequence began. When the market eventually turned and fresh demand entered, it encountered a supply structure that had been progressively thinned over the preceding weeks. The price response to that tighter supply environment was amplified compared to what it would have been without the extended burn sequence. The current March 2026 burn activity is beginning to establish a similar sequential deflationary pattern. What the January 2024 parallel also reveals is the key distinction between a single isolated burn event and a sustained acceleration sequence. A single day of elevated burning removes a defined number of tokens and then the baseline resets. Industry watchers note that a sustained sequence where the burn rate spikes multiple times across consecutive sessions creates a compounding reduction in circulating supply that the market gradually prices in over days rather than hours. The 633% surge today is arriving one session after the prior burn spike that the community also documented. 2 sessions of significantly elevated burn activity arriving back to back is the beginning of a sequence, not an isolated event. If the deflationary acceleration continues into the next session and the session after that, the cumulative supply reduction from this specific burn window will be measurably larger than any single event could produce alone. And here's the broader ecosystem picture that makes the timing of this burn surge particularly significant. Data reveals that the @Shibazens report published alongside today's burn data shows that long-term holders in the Shib ecosystem have increased by 78% over the past year. That figure is a proxy for holder commitment. Participants who have held Shib through the volatility of a full year have demonstrated that they are not reactive sellers. They are long-term participants in the network's trajectory. When the burn rate accelerates at the same time that long-term holders are increasing at 78% and the holder base is expanding by up to 12,000 new wallets per month, the supply being burned is not supply that would have been sold anyway. It is supply being actively removed from a market whose most committed participants are simultaneously choosing to hold rather than sell. That is the structural combination that builds the foundation for a sustainable deflationary impact over time. The 1 cent dream requires sustained deflationary commitment, not occasional spikes. But sustained commitment is built from exactly these individual sessions. 16.2 million tokens. Permanently gone. Today, the burn wallet just grew by that exact amount. The 41.04% of total supply it holds grew by exactly 16.2 million tokens today. And the 633% acceleration that delivered them confirms the community's deflationary engine is running at a higher frequency than the previous session could show. Drop your read in the comments. Do you believe the sustained burn acceleration is building the deflationary foundation that a future Shib rally will need? Click one of the videos on screen for more analysis you need right now. Turn the notifications bell on immediately because the next burn update is coming. Share this video with every Shib holder you know today.